Hi everyone, it's Carl's here. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Alright you guys, so in today's video, I'm looking at this box and I'm like, alright, today's video, we're going to be unboxing this shipment that I received from Glamlite Cosmetics. Yes, this huge, massive PR shipment right here, full of goodies inside with the collaboration of ICEE, you know, the slushy, of course. Hello. All right, you guys, so if you want to know exactly what goodies are in here, my thoughts and opinions, and see exactly what's inside, then you got to keep on watching. But before we get started on that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell as well, so anytime I upload new videos, you automatically get the notifications. And give my video a thumbs up. Why, you may ask? Because it's always free 99 to do so. All right, you guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and see exactly why this is the most adorable PR box ever in history. All right, let's go ahead and get this sucker open. Okay, you guys, so before we actually show you what's in here, let me give you an outside visual look of this massive, it seriously is massive box. All right, so this is the front. Hopefully, look, this is how big it doesn't even fit in the frame of the camera. Like, look at this, look at this. All right, so that's the front. This is the side, the back, and the side as well. Let me tell you, Glamlite Cosmetics, when they do their packaging design, it is top notch. So let's go ahead, since I'm all long-winded here, and show you the inside. Okay, I honestly don't know if I'm going to have any room here. Oh my god. All right, so this is the side. When you pick it up, okay, look, you guys, look at this huge box. It again is so big I cannot even get it all in frame. All right, so on this side right here is where we got the two palettes. So we got the blue raspberry palette right here, then we also got the cherry palette. Look at this. Can you, like, kudos to you guys, seriously. And look at this, a hard plastic, which basically tells you this sucker right here is reusable, and you get a plastic straw for your goodie cuppy. I'm not sure how you want to call it. All right, you guys, so 20 hours later, I finally got this sucker out, but this is the coolest drinking sippy cup I've ever, it's not a sippy cup, but you know what I mean, the coolest drinking, no pun intended, I just said the coolest. All right, so as I take off the top right here, you do get 3 lip products in here. From my understanding, these are all liquid. No, well, of course they're liquid. They're lip glosses. So we got 3 shades. So the first shade that we have is in the shade Raspberry. Come on, you guys. So the next shade that we have right here, it is in the shade Raspberry. Wait, no, it's Cherry. Not Cherry. That's the shade that we got, and this is so freaking cute. All right, and so the next shade that we got is in the shade Cola. Like, you know, like, that's the one thing I do remember too, is like mixing up the flavors, and you always wonder if you couldn't do it, and you always look to see if you're going to get in trouble. I know I'm not the only one that does that. Anyways, you guys, so obviously then we got Cola right here. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and swatched all 3 lip glosses on my hand. So the first one on the top, that is Raspberry. The one in the middle, that is Cherry. And the one directly on the bottom is Cola. All right, you guys, so for the 2 palettes that we received in the collection, so we got the Cherry palette, and then we got the blue raspberry palette. All right, I'm going to tell you something really quickly. Normally, when I receive any type of shipment, when it's makeup related, I tend to wait when I'm recording the video to do an actual unboxing and to actually like swatch the products. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. So before this video, I actually had to unbox it, take out the palettes, and start swatching them. Like, that's how bad I really want to get my hands on these, because they are so freaking adorable. All right, you guys, so let me go ahead and take these suckers out, just in case you're wondering, like, if you see like me taking it out and you see it like, Carlos, I think it was swatched. Yeah, because it was me. I couldn't wait. All right, you guys, so the packaging is exactly the same on both sides on the sense of the actual carton. So let me go ahead and show you the inside right here. So we got the shadows in here. So we got a mirror on top, of course. We still got the little sticker on there. And then the shades are down here. The shades are named, as you notice right below. You may be able to see my fingers where I swatched it. But you know what? I do like this palette visually, and I'm going to tell you why. Because even though it's a red palette overall, I do get a mixture of different like reds. You got a little bit oranges, purples. Even this one way in the corner right here, even though it looks white, you kind of get that chromatic appearance look, which I think is pretty cool. All right, you guys, so the next palette that we received in here, obviously, as I mentioned, this is the Blue Raspberry palette. Now, if you are new to my channel, or if you're a returning friend to my channel, you know how I am. You know how I feel about blues. Blues are very finicky, meaning that they're really hard to actually produce because sometimes they can come out very swatchy, really patchy, or both, and they just don't always perform well. However, I have high hopes because Glamlite Cosmetics does provide, they produce, that's the right word, Carlos, slow down. They produce really good overall pigmentation in their actual shadows. Yeah, I got it. I'm having a squirrel busy moment right here in this head. All right, but let me go ahead and show you, like, why is it falling? Look at these shades. Like, they scare me. I kid you not, they scare me because it is really, really blue. Like, it matches the background. I didn't even realize that. But this palette actually scares me. But with that being said, you know we got to test out these palettes. We got to see how the quality performs. Is there blendability? Is there patchiness? Is there streakiness? So with that being said, let's go ahead and start creating a look so we know if this is just a cute gimmicky product or if this is actually a worthwhile collection to have in your collection. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead, get my eyelids primed, and then we'll get started. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and got my got my eyelids primed. All right, let me go ahead and bring you up a little bit so we can see exactly what we're doing here. So let's bring you in. Let's see how far we'll bring you in without you seeing all my mochos and stuff. All right. Is that good? Is that good? Is that good for you guys? I don't know. If it's not, we can always readjust it. All right, you guys. So the first palette I'm going to go into, yes, I'm going to try the blue here. Might as well go big or go home. In this case, try the one that scares me the worst. So the first shade I'm going to go into as I'm about to drop this palette, I'm going to go into the shade Melted, which is this dark blue. And I'm just going to apply it right directly on the outer edge of my eyebrow, eyelid. So the reason I'm using this one is because this is more of a narrow dome-like brush, so it gives me that more of precision as to where I want to apply it. Once I get it there, then I'm going to take another brush and then buff it outward. So this way I'm hoping that if there is any patchiness or any streaking with me doing this patting down first, is going to prevent that. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and just dab it right here. You see this? All right, so there is pigment right away. I'm seeing that, so that is good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing this. And once I get it to the definition in terms of the pigment level, then I'm gonna go ahead and start buffing it out. All right, you guys, so I was able to go ahead and apply that shade on both of the eyelids. So the next shade I'm going to go into in this particular palette, I'm going to go into the shadow right here, which is called Icicles. And I'm just going to apply that right above the shadow that I just got done using. So I'm going to go ahead, as I mentioned, take in a little bit of that product right there. Dust this off. Now let me show you where it's going to go. All right, so I'm just going to dab it right here and then slowly buff it out. All right, you guys, so now I'm going to go into the Cherry palette. So the next shade I'm going to go into is, I don't know. You know what? Let's go into the shade Treat, and I'm going to apply that directly into the inner corner of my eyes, but I'm going to apply it just minimally and then buff it inward, just the same method as I did in the outside of the outside of my eye, outside of my lid. Woosah. All right, you guys, so I was able to go ahead and blend that out. So the next shade I'm going to go to in this cherry palette, I'm going to go into the shade, it's called Epic, which is kind of like a, really, Carlos, I just stuck my finger in there. It's more of like kind of like a fuchsia pink, even though it's not translating that way on the camera, but trust me, it's more of like a fuchsia. And then I'm going to go over that with the colorful, what is it called? Colorful something. Wait, colorful tongue. You know what I mean? Like when you're looking at small fit. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to do that right directly on top of it. And the reason for that is because since I have hooded eyes, I definitely want the eyes to stick out or stand out a little bit more. So let me go ahead and get started on that before I start ruining this palette even more with sticking fingers in there. Alright, you guys, so now I really want the eye look to pop just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do exactly right in the inner corner of my eyes, I'm going to go into the white cherry right here. And again, just really just dab it right there. Alright, you guys, so that completes the overall look. So I went off camera for just a brief moment to kind of just finesse the look just a little bit more. So what I ended up doing off camera is just put on some mascara. I didn't put any falsies on. I did bring on the same, or bring down the same shadows that I use on the waterline area. So if you notice right there, it's slightly buffed out a little bit. Overall, in terms of the two palettes, how they perform. Okay, so let's just start off with the blue. The blue did perform the way I thought it would be, in the sense of there was some patchiness. But I think if you go in there very minimally and start really slow and then build up to it, then you shouldn't have any problems. Because I'm afraid that if I would not have done that approach, it probably would have been very challenging to really finesse it. But I didn't have that big of a problem with it. But overall, the pigment is there. Never any issues with Glamlite. So if you never purchased anything from Glamlite and you're curious on how the overall quality is in terms of pigmentation, they got it. Now, in terms of the red palette, or I should say the cherry palette, you know what? Same issue. I think it really is based on you, on how you apply the shadows, because there was a minimal or slight like patchiness and streakiness, but you know what? It wasn't anything that completely just killed the look. You were able to achieve it as long as you took your time, and that's what matters, because you know what? If you go too quickly and you're using the best or the worst quality brushes, you're not going to get a decent look. That's just how it works sometimes. So definitely leave a comment below. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this overall look. Anyway, so yeah, let me bring you up a close-up. Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions. But overall, I think they perform really well. So now on my lips, I did put a lip liner on, and right on top of that, since this has some decent pigment, I went ahead and used the Cola lip gloss and applied that right on top. I actually really like it. No problems whatsoever in terms of the lip gloss. It's very hydrating. Of course, when you drink anything, you eat anything, the nature of lip glosses, you're going to have to reapply it. So that's pretty understandable. I'm going to definitely play in with these palettes a little bit more, because these are actually pretty fun shades, even though they're not typically my cup of tea in terms of using them every day. Of course, this isn't an everyday look, but who's to say? Anyways, you guys, but if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, also hit the notification bell as well. So anytime I upload new videos, you automatically get the notifications, and give my video a thumbs up, because like I said, it is free 99. Doesn't cost you anything to give me a like and subscribe. But until then, make sure you all brush your teeth, wash your culo, and subscribe. I will see you all in my next video. Bye now. Take care.